All right, grand greetings. How y'all doing today? Thank you for joining me. This is Giselle, the She Boss, the spiritual boss with the spiritual sauce, okay? So, listen, if this is your first time joining me, I'd like to welcome you. And if you're not checking this out on YouTube, go on over to YouTube. Check out my channel at Shiibosstalkz, SHIIBOSSTALKZ. Check out some of the videos. Hit that subscribe button, all right? Trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year or more, all right? And if you are on YouTube, if you're checking this out on YouTube, then drop down below and hit that subscribe button, all right? I don't give a damn. Even if you don't like the content, just hit the subscribe button. It's not costing you anything, all right? It's a free support system. I was, scrolling down one of my social media platforms and on the timeline, and I seen this story, you know what I'm saying? And I was just sitting here, I'm a comment checker, so I like to go to the comments. Because the comments, be pretty entertaining. Gotta love the comments. And I just like to see how other people, react and how things, situations, get different feedback, different attitudes, different perspectives. So it's always interesting just to get a wider variety or a wider range of how people view things in the world and society as a whole or overall. So the post says that this student in, let me see, where is it at? I don't even think it says where this happened at. But anyway, it says the student, Cameron Tucker, is 16 years old and decided at 15 he wanted to learn to cut hair. He quickly became talented and 1 year later was cutting teammates' hair during study hall. When the school found out, they decided to suspend him for a day. Sebastian Jackson, one of the city's top barbers, heard the story and decided to become the teen's mentor. Now, this is the picture of the young fella. Handsome little young guy, all right? Now, as a fellow stylist by trade, was my first, I don't know if any of you all know, probably not, but my first love and first trade was actually doing hair, okay? I'm a full service stylist anyway. I do hair and makeup, I design clothes, and I style. So, and I know that I really first I started doing hair when I was 12. I remember it like it was yesterday. My first style was doing finger waves on myself. You know what I'm saying? I had a short haircut and I just wanted to learn how to do finger waves. And so something just like naturally came to me. But I remember being a child and my mom would not, she would not support my dreams. She didn't encourage my talents and skills. And so I ended up rebelling and getting in a lot of more trouble and going down a lifestyle of criminal activity and a lot of things that was landing me in trouble, going in and out of jail, been to prison twice, and only been home, well, this time finally for 4 years, you know what I'm saying? This is the first time, this is the first time in all my 40 years of life, right before this year, just first time in all my 40 years, or the 40th year, that I've even been home this long since I was 17 years old, all right? And so it has taken me a lifetime to literally find myself again and figure out who I was, because my parents were divorced. My mom was raising me. My mom is not, she's not a social person. She's not into style and fashion like I am. Now, don't get me wrong, she's a dresser. She loves high-end fashion. She used to spend money on that stuff. She don't really spend money on that stuff anymore now, because I don't think those things are as important to her as they were when she was younger. But for me, I was a natural stylist. I was naturally into fashion. I naturally had a passion for fashion. I used to be the one cutting up the clothes, sneaking, clothes to school in my book bag, changing clothes at school, altering clothes, bedazzling, tying, cutting, dyeing, bleaching, everything, anything you can think of, you name it. I have sewing machines, I have everything. All right. And so, I made these glasses. Oh yeah, before I forget, one time for the sponsor of this episode from the Gotta See online boutique, all right? These glasses are from the upcoming vision wear line called Envision, all right? So if you want to improve your spiritual vision and decalcify that pineal gland, let's get it popping. All right, go ahead and get ready to get your money out so you can order some of these handmade, handcrafted, and spiritually enhanced eyewear. All right, love y'all for that. Thank y'all so much. Okay, so boom, there we go. Shameless plug. But I was looking at the comments to this post and just kind of wanted to see the different feedbacks. And of course, the comments really, it's just some of the shit that people say. Now, this is a you know, a situation where I feel like, because of what the student was doing, the student's intentions and motives behind, you know, the movement that he had going on, the action that he had going on, I feel like some type of compassion or some type of leniency could have been utilized in this situation. All right. I don't feel like it was necessarily warranted for suspension. I do understand that you can't be running a business on these people's property. A lot of, you know, institutions have a problem with that. I, for one, know all about that because I have been locked up several times and had several salons and fashion stores and whatever you want to call it. I ain't never had a problem with getting clientele no matter where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I'm doing. From jail to hell, baby, I'm going to get a sale. All right? So, I know how, you know, institutions that are housing you or taking care of you or whatever you want to call it, they have a problem with you making money on their premises, especially when they're the only ones that they want to be the only ones that's making the money. And normally they're making the money off of you. So they don't like it when you start making money off of them. All right. Or you're not paying them to get their income. All right. Now, this is where I have a problem with education. And this is exactly one of the main reasons why I personally decided to homeschool. Now, shout out to all the homeschooling moms and shout out to the CBD smokers out there. If you with it, let me hear you say, hey. All right, this is a strand from our brand over at the Goddess. Excuse me. Yeah, going over there to the website and get your bougie Benji pre-rolls. All right. Also, your bougie Benji rolling paper kits too. Those are the kits that come with the filters if you like filters. And also, your bougie Benji pre-rolls. All right. So, back to what I was saying. So, this is exactly why, this is one of the reasons I decided to homeschool, all right? Because, for one thing, all that bullshit they be teaching you in school ain't about a hill of damn beans, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be utilizing it when you get out of school, all right? Most of the things that I learned in school, besides the basics, reading, writing, and arithmetics, I haven't utilized since I've been out of school. And that's not by coincidence, that's by design, all right? That's what a lot of people fail to realize, because this is how the mind works. You have to really understand how the mind works and how they work on your psyche to basically trick you. You know what I'm saying? Program you and hypnotize you into paying attention or following or adhering to their program, their guidelines, and their rules. Now, when you are an exceptional person and you stick out and stand out, you do what you want to do, you don't fit into the mold of what society wants you to fit into, all right? The elites want you to fit into that box. When you don't fit into that box that the government wants you to fit into, when you don't fit into that box that your parents want you to fit into, when you don't fit into that box that your friends want you to fit into, when you don't fit into the box that the religions want you to fit into, when you don't fit into the box that all the comparisons, you know, your siblings want you to fit into, when you don't fit into the box that your kids want you to fit into, people have a problem with you, all right? Now, shout out to all the black sheeps out there. If you are one of those, if you experienced this, we not one of them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People will have a problem with you being you and doing you, especially when you doing you is not benefiting them. This is just human nature. Don't take it personal, all right? We're just talking about why he got suspended as opposed to getting encouraged to, you know, chase his dreams and to continue being a leader, doing positive things. Yes, I feel like the outcome could have been an alternative outcome could have been, you know, he got a warning, maybe in school suspension, you know, maybe they could have, you know, asked a local business or something like that to work with him. You know, the dude did volunteer to work with him, and I think that's awesome because we need mentors like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to find out how I can mentor and help some young women myself, because I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And not just young women, like older women too. I just want to find out how I can talk and, you know what I'm saying, help share my story and help them to understand and motivate, you know, and encourage. So, and I think we need more of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when I talk to people that I know and I tell them about things, you know, about my life, because I don't normally talk about it, but you know how sometimes you don't think your life is as interesting as other people think. You know, you don't think that the things that you've been through, people see strength and they see endurance in that. They get motivated by some of the stuff that you've overcome, and you don't even realize it's as much as you've overcome. Because, you know, when you're living your life and you're going through the things that you're going through, you're literally just going through. It's nothing for you to really experience as you're going through it. But a lot of times, if you ever sit down and look back, I have to catch myself sometimes, and I really have to just sit down and reflect on how much growth, like, my life has done a fucking it ain't even done a 360. It's done a 720. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying, came around again and again, and I feel like I'm back on another swirl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit just, it keeps swirling around, but it's like going up to another level, like, you know, some type of spear, you know, a spiral up. You know, it's just like if you spiral down, or they say, like, when you fall, you know, you spiral down, it's like a spiral up. It feels like a spiraling up feeling. And it's the greatest feeling. I really can't put it into words. It's crazy. But I have to catch myself sometimes, and I have to think back about, you know, how far I've come and how it's been happening all this time. You can't really figure it out because it's just been going on. And I know some people, this is where some people are going to say, oh, it was Jesus doing it. It was God doing it. It was, you know, glory to Allah, whoever, Buddha, you know, the list goes on. That's fine. Whatever you want to equate your fulfillment to, you know what I'm saying? That's no problem with me. No judgments on. My personal opinion is that, God, the God that people are seeking is in them and not outside of them, okay? And also, the devil or the Satan that people fear is also inside of them, not outside of them. So what people have to understand is balance, okay, in duality. You have both. See, a lot of people are in denial about what the good and the bad is because they really believe in good and bad. They believe in evil and good. But if you understand that those things are good to give you an idea of how to kind of understand that, but you don't have to take it so literal and technical, because there is really no good and bad. Everything has a positive and a negative, all right? That's really what you're understanding as good and bad. It's positive and negative. It's the duality of it, all right? It's the bipolarness of it, the two poles, the two different poles, like the north and the south, the east and the west. You know what I'm saying? All of them exist. You could be going across this way and you could be going up. That's why I'm telling you, like, this ascension, you know, kind of feels like a spiral, because it feels like you're going down and up and, you know, you're all over the place. This is like, I got my, matter of fact, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Hold on real quick.